Minister Narendra Modi addresses joint session of the US Congress, says India and the United States share a vision of free, open, inclusive Indo-Pacific. Also repeats his assertion that this is not an era of war, calls for strengthening fight against terror, calls for reform of global institutions. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Joe Biden hold talks in White House. The two leaders review various facets of India-US ties, call for expanded collaboration on digital health platforms. PM Modi and President Biden make press statements after talks at White House, say India and US are creating a futuristic relation by collaborating in fields like AI, space, quantum, semiconductors and telecom. India to take steps to operationalize its new consulate in Seattle later this year. US President Joe Biden highlights areas of cooperation between India and the United States. Biden says United States and India, world's oldest and largest democracies, are a combined force for global good. Prime Minister Modi received with state honors as he arrived at the White House. Prime Minister thanks President Biden for hospitality, says grand welcome ceremony at White House is an honor and pride for 1.4 billion people of India. Big defense boost for India. F414 fighter jet engines to be produced in India. General Electric signs pact with India's state-owned Hindustan Aeronautics Limited to make fighter jet engines for Tejas Mark II fighter aircraft for the Indian Air Force. Namaskar and welcome to this bulletin. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the joint session of the US Congress. PM got a rousing welcome by the members of the Congress when he arrived for the address at the Congress venue. In his address, Prime Minister highlighted the shared values between the US and India. PM said democratic values are sacred both in India and the US, adding that India is the mother of democracy. PM also recalled the vision and ideals of Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. Talking about India-US ties, he said, in the past few years, there have been many advances in AI or artificial intelligence. At the same time, there have been even more momentous developments in another AI, that is America and India. The foundation of America was inspired by a vision of a nation of equal people. There are millions here who have roots in India.
In the past few years, there have been many advances in AI, artificial intelligence. At the same time, there have been even more momentous development in another AI, America and India.
In his address, Prime Minister said that the world today wants to know more and more about India. PM touched upon economic opportunities in India. He said that today India is the world's 5th largest economy and soon it will become world's 3rd largest economy as well. Prime Minister said India is not only growing bigger but is also growing faster. He stressed how when India grows, the world grows with it.
I first visited the US as a Prime Minister. India was the 10th largest economy in the world. 10th. Today, India is the 5th largest economy. And India will be the 3rd largest economy soon.
And Prime Minister Modi also spoke about the need for stepping in the fight against climate change. He said India became the only G20 country to meet all its Paris commitments. Besides, India also made renewables account for over 40% of the energy sources, 9 years ahead of the target of 2030.
Indian culture deeply respects the environment and our planet. While becoming the fastest growing economy, we grew our solar capacity by 2,300%. Yes, you have heard right. 2,300%. We became the only G20 country to meet its Paris commitment.
During his address, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also advocated full membership of the African Union in the G20.
COVID-19's biggest impact was the human loss and suffering it caused. I wish to remember Congressman Ron Wright and the staff members who lost their lives to COVID. As we emerge out of the pandemic, we must give shape to a new world order. Consideration, care, and concern are the need of the hour. Giving a voice to the global south is the way forward. That is why I firmly believe that the African Union be given full membership of G20.
And ahead of his address to the US Congress, PM Modi held a productive meeting with Speaker of US Congress, Speaker Kevin McCarthy. The leaders discussed avenues for strengthening engagements between two largest democracies of the world and fostering cooperation on key issues. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Joe Biden held bilateral talks on Thursday evening. The two leaders reviewed various facets of India-US ties and discussed ways to further deepen them for peace and prosperity of people and for global good. PM thanked US President for the grand welcome. In addressing the joint presser, Prime Minister Modi said the day holds a special significance in the history of India-US relations as a new chapter has been added to the comprehensive global strategic partnership. PM added, US-India partnership in trade and investment is not only important for both the countries but also for the global economy. He stressed that both the nations have decided to give closure to pending issues related to trade and begin a new chapter.
भारत अमेरिका की व्यापार और निवेश साझेदारी दोनों देशों के लिए ही नहीं बल्कि वैश्विक अर्थव्यवस्था के लिए भी महत्वपूर्ण है। आज अमेरिका भारत का सबसे बड़ा ट्रेड पार्टनर है। हमने निर्णय लिया है कि व्यापार से जुड़े लंबित मुद्दों को समाप्त कर नई शुरुआत की जाए। आईसेट यानी इनिशिएटिव फॉर क्रिटिकल एंड इमर्जिंग टेक्नोलॉजी हमारे तकनीकी सहयोग के महत्वपूर्ण फ्रेमवर्क के रूप में उभरा है। आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, सेमीकंडक्टर्स, स्पेस, क्वांटम और टेलीकॉम जैसे क्षेत्रों में अपना सहयोग बढ़ाकर हम एक मजबूत और फ्यूचरिस्टिक साझेदारी की रचना कर रहे हैं।
And Prime Minister during the press conference underlined the Artemis Accord between the US and India is set to take the space exploration to the new heights for both the countries.
स्पेस साइंस और टेक्नोलॉजी में हमारा गहरा और वर्षों पुराना सहयोग रहा है। आज हमने आर्टेमिस अकॉर्ड्स में शामिल होने का निर्णय लेकर हमारे स्पेस कोऑपरेशन में एक लंबी उड़ान भरी है। संक्षेप में कहूं तो भारत और अमेरिका की साझेदारी के लिए इवन स्काई इज नॉट द लिमिट।
And Prime Minister stressed that the two biggest democracies of the world, India and the United States, can contribute towards global peace, stability and prosperity.
हमारे सभी साझे प्रयासों का मूल मंत्र है लोकतंत्र और लोकतांत्रिक मूल्यों तथा व्यवस्थाओं को सशक्त करना। विश्व के दो सबसे बड़े लोकतंत्र भारत और अमेरिका मिलकर विश्व शांति, स्थिरता, समृद्धि में महत्वपूर्ण सहयोग दे सकते हैं।
Prime Minister said both nations eye for peace and security, stability in the Indo-Pacific region. He added that development and success of Indo-Pacific is important not only for the two countries but for the world as a whole.
इंडो-पैसिफिक में शांति और सुरक्षा यह हमारी साझा प्राथमिकता है। हम एकमत है कि इस क्षेत्र का विकास और सफलता पूरे विश्व के लिए महत्वपूर्ण है। हमने क्वाड पार्टनरशिप के साथ मिलकर इस क्षेत्र के सभी देशों के साथ अपना समन्वय बढ़ाने पर विचार साझा किए।
Prime Minister Modi also added that Ukraine crisis and COVID pandemic have affected most of the global south. He added constant dialogue and diplomacy is the only way out to establish peace.
कोविड महामारी और यूक्रेन संघर्ष से ग्लोबल साउथ के देश विशेष रूप से पीड़ित हुए हैं। हमारा मत है कि इन समस्याओं के समाधान के लिए सभी देशों का एकजुट होना अनिवार्य है। यूक्रेन के घटनाक्रम के शुरुआत से ही भारत ने डायलॉग और डिप्लोमेसी के माध्यम से इस विवाद को सुलझाने पर जोर दिया है। हम शांति की बहाली के लिए हर संभव योगदान देने के लिए पूरी तरह से तैयार है।
Prime Minister also hailed the defense collaborations between India and the US. PM said India and the US have left behind old practice of trade. Rather, They're now focusing on exchanging technologies.
भारत और अमेरिका के बीच करीबी रक्षा सहयोग हमारे आपसी विश्वास और साझा रणनीतिक प्राथमिकताओं का प्रतीक है। पुराने समय के बायर सेलर्स रिलेशनशिप पीछे छोड़कर आज हम ट्रांसफर ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, को डेवलपमेंट और को प्रोडक्शन की तरफ बढ़ चुके हैं। जनरल इलेक्ट्रिक द्वारा भारत में टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर के माध्यम से इंजन बनाने का निर्णय एक लैंडमार्क एग्रीमेंट है। इससे दोनों देशों में रोजगार के नए अवसर भी खुलेंगे। यह आने वाले समय में हमारे रक्षा सहयोग को एक नया स्वरूप देगा। इस सहयोग में दोनों देशों के रक्षा उद्योग और स्टार्टअप्स महत्वपूर्ण पार्टनर्स हैं। उन्हें आपस में जोड़ना हमारे डिफेंस इंडस्ट्रियल रोडमैप का मुख्य उद्देश्य है।
And speaking on Mission Life, Prime Minister said environment is an article of faith for India and India does not believe in exploitation of nature. He added, India not only works to protect its own environment but also works for protecting the world.
यूएन सेक्रेटरी जनरल और मैंने उसको लॉन्च किया है, वो है मिशन लाइफ। और जब मैं लाइफ कहता हूं तब लाइफ स्टाइल फॉर एनवायरमेंट। हर इंडिविजुअल को प्रो क्लाइमेट, प्रो एनवायरमेंट अपना जीवन जीने का तरीका डेवलप करना होगा। इतने बड़े संकट के लिए उस दिशा में भी हम काम कर रहे हैं और मुझे विश्वास है कि भारत ने जो आज इन क्षेत्रों में काम शुरू किया है, इसलिए नहीं कि भारत ने दुनिया के एनवायरमेंट को बुरा किया है, लेकिन हम इसलिए कर रहे हैं कि हमारी भावी पीढ़ी की हमें चिंता है। हम हमारी भावी पीढ़ी को ऐसा विश्व नहीं दे सकते हैं कि जिसके लिए उसके लिए जीना कठिन हो जाए। और इसलिए एक ग्लोबल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के रूप में भारत ने खुद ने कुछ बुरा नहीं किया है तो भी अच्छा करने में, योगदान देने में हम अग्रिम भूमिका निभा रहे हैं और हम आगे भी निभा रहेंगे।
During his address, Prime Minister Modi added that both nations have decided that, like trusted partners, United States and India will prepare a reliable, secure, resilient global supply chain and value chain amid global uncertainties.
क्लीन एनर्जी ट्रांजिशन में भारत और अमेरिका के साझे विजन को इंप्लीमेंट करने के लिए हमने कई महत्वपूर्ण इनिशिएटिव लिए हैं। इसमें ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन, विंड एनर्जी, बैटरी स्टोरेज, कार्बन कैप्चर जैसे क्षेत्र शामिल है। हमने यह भी निर्णय लिया कि वैश्विक अनिश्चितताओं के बीच भारत और अमेरिका ट्रस्टेड पार्टनर्स की तरह रिलायबल, सिक्योर और रेजिलियंट ग्लोबल सप्लाई चेन और वैल्यू चेन तैयार करेंगे।
And while giving a statement, US President Joe Biden said that with India's G20 presidency, we have been putting sustainable development at the center of agenda.
And this year, under India's leadership of the G20, we're putting sustainable development at the center of the agenda. We're delivering meaningful action on low and middle income nations, including multilateral development bank reform, debt relief, and building resilient and equitable health systems.
And President Biden shared what the leaders discussed during the engagement, also about Quad, and briefed about the I2U2 grouping as well.
We discussed our work through the Quad and how India and the United States, together with Australia and Japan, can ensure the vital Indo-Pacific region remains free, open, prosperous, and secure. Through our new I2U2 grouping with Israel and the UAE, we're building regional connections to the Middle East and spurring science-based solutions to global challenges like food security and clean energy.
According to the joint statement published by the White House, US President Joe Biden and Prime Minister Narendra Modi recommitted themselves to empowering Quad as a partnership for global good President Biden and Prime Minister Modi reiterated their enduring commitment to a free, open, inclusive and prosperous Indo-Pacific region. The leaders expressed deep concern about the deteriorating situation in Myanmar. The leaders expressed deep concern about the situation in the country of Myanmar. They reiterated their support for a peaceful, secure and stable Afghanistan. They discussed the current humanitarian situation and concurred on the need to continue providing immediate humanitarian assistance to the people of Afghanistan. The two leaders welcomed the establishment of Tamil Studies Chair at the University of Houston. US intends to initiate process to open 2 new consulates in India in Bengaluru and Ahmedabad. The leaders affirmed that the movement of professional and skilled workers, students, investors and business travelers between the countries contributes immensely to enhancing bilateral, economic and technological partnership. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi received a warm welcome at the White House. US President Joe Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden welcomed PM Modi on his arrival at the White House. In his welcome speech, US President Joe Biden said, "The relationship between the US and India is one of the most defining relationships in the 21st century." US President said, "Indian diaspora remains a bridge between the two nations."
I see an Indian American diaspora that reflects every part of American life and remains a bridge between our nations and only grows stronger with each generation. We see it with record numbers of Indian Americans serving in the United States Congress. We see it here at the White House, where proud Americans with Indian heritage serve our country every day, including our Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris.
On the occasion, Prime Minister Modi said the societies and institutions of both India and the US are based on democratic values. He said constitution of both countries begin with the words "we the people." He said both the countries take pride in their diversity and believe in fundamental principle of interest of all, welfare of all.
भारत और अमेरिका दोनों के समाज और व्यवस्थाएं लोकतांत्रिक मूल्यों पर आधारित है। दोनों देशों के संविधान, उसके पहले 3 शब्द, और जैसा राष्ट्रपति बाइडेन ने भी जिसका उल्लेख किया, वी द पीपल, हम दोनों देश अपनी विविधता पर गर्व करते हैं। हम सर्वजन हिताय सर्वजन सुखाय इस मूलभूत सिद्धांत में विश्वास रखते हैं।
Prime Minister said that in the post-COVID era, the world order is taking a new shape and friendship between India and US will be instrumental in enhancing the strength of the global order.
पोस्ट-कोविड काल में वर्ल्ड ऑर्डर एक नया रूप ले रहा है। इस कालखंड में भारत और अमेरिका की मित्रता पूरे विश्व के सामर्थ्य को बढ़ाने में पूरक होगी। ग्लोबल गुड के लिए वैश्विक शांति, स्थिरता और समृद्धि के लिए दोनों देश साथ मिलकर काम करने के लिए प्रतिबद्ध है। हमारी मजबूत स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप डेमोक्रेसी की ताकत का स्पष्ट प्रमाण है।
In a major accomplishment to strengthening of India-US defense ties, GE Aerospace has signed a memorandum of understanding with India's Hindustan Aeronautics Limited to produce fighter jet engines for Indian Air Force. This agreement is a major milestone amidst Prime Minister Modi's official state visit to the US and a key element in strengthening defense cooperation between the two countries. The agreement includes joint production of GE Aerospace F414 engines in India. The company said it continues to work with US government to receive the necessary export authorization for the agreement. The effort is part of Indian Air Force's Light Combat Aircraft Mark II program. The company also said that the agreement will advance GE Aerospace's earlier commitment to build 99 engines for the Indian Air Force as part of the LCA Mark II program. And with that, we conclude this bulletin. Namaskar.